Good evening, and thank you for joining us once again here on Friday Night Chats. I'm Greg from Bug Out Gear Layouts and Tactics, a prepping site Facebook page, and UrbanSafetySurvival.net. So this week's questions, I asked what was situational awareness, at what age do you start teaching your kids, and what extra do you teach your out-of-town bound kids? Reason for this question was I went to visit my son who's away at college just to have dinner with him. I was telling him how his younger brother did pretty good in the day we went out, and it was like a convenience store slash gas station. It's called Royal Farms. It's something new that we got here in New Jersey. So as I was asking him how many people were sitting in cars outside, what kinds of cars were they, what color were they. As we were inside waiting for our order, somebody came in. I asked him for the color of his sweatshirt and the writing on the sweatshirt. That's what he couldn't give me. He couldn't give me the color of the sweatshirt or the writing. But other than that, he did pretty good. So I was telling his brother while we were eating dinner. He was telling me about a situation with the girls and across the hall in his dorm. They went out and they were followed. Right? So he was telling me how they don't have much situational awareness, as they are mostly from rural areas and they're not used to the city life. So me and him were discussing that. You know, what he was trained, what I taught him, again, what to do. I am just fortunate enough that the town my son is actually away at college in, I do know people there. I have a friend that works for a tow truck company that tows cars in town, so he's always out and about. I have some family and some friends, and I'm there for work every once in a while. So it's not like I'm not familiar with the area. It's, I have people that I trust to look out for my son if anything happens, and he knows what to do. So again, he was just telling me that, in the room across the hall from him in his dorm, it's 4 per room. It's only him and one other person that actually have urban experience, right? He was born in a metropolitan town. He grew up there for a while before we moved away. So he has that aspect. We go back to visit family there, and he knows what to look for. He knows how to watch. He knows how to be aware of his surrounding, head always on a swivel. So again, I asked, what age do you start? Brian answered, he said, started around 5, and before my daughter went to college, made a get-home bag and set different plans for different situations, like if an EMP happened and no transportation running, how we would meet up and etc. And then Ben said situational awareness should be taught as young as possible. Well, I agree with them both, right? As young as possible. Again, I have younger kids. We make it a game. It's something like I Spy, right? So not only can I test them with the game, but they can test me, right? So we go somewhere. They're looking around. I want to make sure that if I question them later, say, well, how many people, or, we was in Walmart and we were by this section and this person passed, what were they wearing, something like that. Because I want them to get in that habit of always being aware of their surrounding. Not just in stores, it's something for life, right? When you go everywhere, anywhere you go, you should be looking, you should be watching, you should be seeing. It's like the old adage, never sit with your back to the door at a restaurant, right? You should be able to see who's coming in and out. That way you're not caught by surprise. Same thing when going out, right? So again, I was with my younger son. We're coming back home. I turn my signal on. I make a lane change. Car behind me turns the signal on, makes the lane change. I pull off to make the turn. I change lanes again. Didn't use my signal. The car behind me Change lanes. They didn't use their signal. Go to make the turn. I put my signal on. He puts the signal on. So what do? My son didn't catch it. So that was something me and him discussed. Could be something simple. Could be somebody heading the same direction. But what did I do? Okay, I go into my mode of now I'm going to start making unnecessary turns, right? So before I get to my house, I'm going to make the left. I make the left, the car kept going straight. Okay, now I explained to my son, if I make the left, they make the left. I make a right, they make a right. I make another right, they make another right. Now something's up, right? But again, I made a left. They kept going, so instead of coming in one side of my street, I came in on the other side. Again, it's just something I do, something everybody should be doing, right? Again, no matter whether you're in your car, you're driving, you're on a highway, you should be aware of what's going on around you. What happens if somebody swerves into your lane? You don't want to swerve into another lane because there's a car there, right, that you didn't notice, and now you're at fault for an accident. So we have to be aware of our surroundings no matter where we're at, even at home. You never know what's going to happen, right? What happens if somebody tries to do a home invasion? You're caught off guard because I'm at home, I put my guard down. No. Again, you should always be aware of your surroundings. Keep your head on the swivel. Teach your kids. Again, start early. Teach them. Be aware of their surroundings. And for kids that go off to something like college, right? New city, learn, research the area, learn what's safe, where they can be, where's safe for them to be, where's not safe for them to be, and make sure they know these things, right? Again, like Ben said, what happens if something happens and now you got to meet your kid? Where's your rally point? Where's your, what route are they going to take, right? Where you're going to meet, because again, you may head in to get them, that may be blocked. You may have to go another route. Are they going to stay put till you get to them? Are they going to meet you somewhere? Do you have family or trusted friends where they can go to that location and stay there and they'll be safe, right? These are things that as parents in this field, with this mindset, we got to know, right? And we got to teach our kids. We got to make sure they know, they understand. So again, start young with them. Again, we travel down the road, we play I Spy with them, right? So I spy something, whatever. Again, make it a game. Teach them young. Be aware of their surroundings. The same way we teach them stranger danger, right? You're walking down the street. Oh, that person. What's that person wearing? So that way, if anything happens, they're able to give a description, give something, and they're aware of their surroundings, right? So that's it for tonight. Stay safe. Remember, again, if you want to join the Facebook page, please answer all the questions. And you can check us out on the Facebook page. Again, it's Bug Out Gear Layouts and Tactics, a prepping site Facebook page. And you can catch more information about me on urbansafetysurvival.net. Again, stay safe and have a good night.